Welcome to the Octopus tutorial on refillable ink cartridges alternative to Canon PGI-580 and CLI-581 inkjet consumables. The matching refill inks of high quality made by Octopus Fluids have been available for quite a while. Now we are happy to provide you with the convenient refill solution, including the suitable refillable cartridges. In addition to the inks and the refillable cartridges, the refill kit includes refill syringes, cleaning swabs, and disposable gloves for protection. The kit of refillable ink cartridges consists of CLI-581 black, 581 yellow, 581 magenta, 581 cyan, and also includes the big black cartridge PGI-580 pigmented black. Unlike the original all black cartridges, the refillable cartridges have transparent cartridge bodies. For easy filling of the refill ink, each of the refillable cartridges has a filler opening. When the cap is removed, the ink outlet underneath can be seen on the underside. The permanent ink chip is also attached to the cartridge's underside. Here again is a detailed impression of the filler opening for the refill ink. In the delivery state and during printing, the silicone plugs are inserted in the fill ports. These plugs are removed for filling in the inks. There is more than one way to fill the printer ink into the refillable cartridges. Our demonstration of filling. It starts with the white refillable ink cartridge alternative to PGI-580. We take out the silicone plug from the fill port and fill the first part of black pigmented refill ink from our refill syringe into the rear ink tank. The method which we demonstrate now keeps the cartridge airport closed when the ink is filled into the cartridge body. Now we use our empty refill syringe without needle and press its tip firmly into the fill port. By pulling out the syringe plunger, we create negative pressure inside the cartridge. When pulling out the syringe from the fill port then, the negative pressure sucks the ink from the rear ink tank into the front chamber, into the sponge material there. As ink has been drawn from the rear tank into the sponge material, there is sufficient volume available again to fill more ink into the rear tank. For the case that you do not like to work using negative pressure for filling up the ink sponge, we open up the air port by taking off the yellow tape that seals it. Now the ink can be absorbed by the sponge from the rear tank section on its own. Please note that our video material is playing with increased speed here. The sponge taking in the ink requires quite a while in real time. Our refillable cartridge now contains the quantity of ink we want to be in there, and we close the fill port using the silicone plug. Filling ink into the small refillable cartridges, alternative to CLI-581 cartridges, we demonstrate with the yellow refillable cartridge. We have removed the tape from the air port and we take out the plug from the fill port. In addition, we also have removed the orange cap covering the ink outlet at the bottom as well. The ink sponge inside the refillables also can be filled by dripping suitable ink onto the sponge material in the ink outlet directly. But we just show this for demonstration. It's not compulsory to choose this way. The way of filling up the cartridges by letting the sponge take in the ink on its own is the easiest way in our humble opinion. With this type of refill, you have the option of filling all cartridges in parallel with each other, as the ink is absorbed gradually. After filling the desired amount of ink, it is important to reseal the cartridge with the previously removed silicone plug again. We have filled our complete set of refillable ink cartridges with the suitable printer inks. Now we will proceed to install it in the printer. Depending on the filling method, the air port on the cartridges are either still closed or already open. We remove any remaining tape sealing those air ports and the orange cap covering the ink outlet just before inserting the cartridges into the printer. The cartridge is inserted into its specific slot provided inside the printed carriage. The cartridge is properly installed when it snaps firmly into its place by pressing on the rear section on the upper part. Our refillable cartridge set, consisting of 5 single tanks, is used in combination with an original Canon CLI-581 blue cartridge. This original blue 581 cartridge can be refilled on its own. Please make sure to use the right compatible refill ink for that. On the printer's display, the following happens when setting in the filled cartridges. The cartridges marked necessary to be changed disappear as soon as the respective cartridge is clicked into its place inside the printed carriage. Please pay attention to the orange arrow. It points on the deactivated ink level recognition for the blue CLI-581 inkjet cartridge. This original cartridge has been refilled several times already and its ink level information is deactivated. We have installed the complete kit of refillable cartridges in the printer, closed the lid and went to the current ink level status using the printer's menu. Thanks to the new permanent ink chip, each refillable cartridge has a full ink level status for its first printing cycle. The permanent ink chip on each refillable cartridge creates 2 warning messages about the cartridge's ink level. First warning message says "ink depleted soon" and it is shown with an exclamation mark on a yellow circle. The second warning message created by the permanent ink chip is "ink depleted". This is shown for the cartridge with a white cross on a red circle. With this ink level status, the printer does not start new print jobs. It is necessary to refill ink and to deactivate the ink level recognition for this cartridge. When setting in the refilled cartridge, the printer asks if it is a faked cartridge. We answer this with the option "No". In the next step, there is the opportunity to start the deactivation of the ink level recognition. Then you press the printer's button, shown on the display, for at least 5 seconds. Doing so deactivates the ink level recognition. In our case here, it is shown for the yellow refillable cartridge. The ink level bar for this specific cartridge is without color completely, as the ink level recognition for this cartridge has been deactivated. When using the refillable cartridge set for several printing and filling cycles, the ink levels for all cartridges are going to be deactivated one after the other. Without the warning messages, it is important to make sure that there's always sufficient ink inside each cartridge physically. That is actually quite easy as the cartridge bodies are transparent, but it has to be done. The last scene is a small glance into our video tutorial production environment. So this proves we also do no magic things here. We would like to thank you for your time and thanks for watching. We hope our tutorial provides some useful facts to you.